The sterile white walls of the private laboratory seemed to echo with silence, broken only by the faint humming of machines. The room smelled faintly of antiseptic and something metallic, like blood mixed with chemicals. Jungkook stood near the frosted glass window, his broad shoulders stiff, his fist shoved deep into his pockets, his jawline flexed, sharp and merciless, as if he was holding back the storm inside him. The doctor, an aging man in his late 50s with thick glasses sliding down the bridge of his nose, adjusted his coat nervously. His hand kept brushing over his clipboard, though he wasn't writing anything. His eyes darted between Jungkook's unreadable face and the floor as if afraid to look too long into the dark abyss. That was Jungkook's case. Finally, Jungkook broke the silence, his voice low and gravely. My wife is pregnant, doc. The doctor's hand rose mid-movement. Jungkook's voice was calm, almost casual, but there was an undertone of danger that made the older man's throat tighten. Jungkook said, tilting his head, narrowing his eyes. This experiment, this drug, this won't affect my child, right? The doctor cleared his throat, forcing a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. He gave a hesitant nod. No, Mr. John, it won't. We have run extensive simulations. The drug targets only memory neurons. It will not touch the fetus. Your child will remain unaffected. Jungkook's lips curved slowly into a smoke. It wasn't a happy smoke. It was sharp, predatory, as if he was pleased with a deadly gamble finally tripping in his favor. Good. The doctor shifted, trying to regain some confidence, but his own words betrayed his unease. He fumbled slightly before continuing, desperate to sound reassuring. Just 3 doses administered on alternate days. That will be enough to suppress her memories for a lifetime. Her past, her pain, her fears, everything will dissolve. She will not recall any of it again. She will simply forget everything. Jungkook leaned forward slightly, his smirk widening into something almost sinister. His eyes glinted under the dim laboratory light. Forgot everything forever? The doctor nodded quickly, his Adam apples bobbing nervously. Yes, forever. It's irreversible. Even if Jungkook cut him off, raising a single brow, his voice dropped lower, dangerous. And if in the future something happens, a trauma, an accident, a trigger of some sort, will she remember? Will this rock of yours crack under pressure? The doctor swallowed hard. He hated this part. He knew better than to let fear show in front of Jungkook. Yet his hands trembled slightly around the clipboard. No, the drug is strong, too strong. It embeds itself into the very framework of her neural pathways. Even with trauma, even with shock, it will suppress the memories. Her brain won't even recognize that the memories existed. There was a pause. Jungkook's smirk widened, but the amusement in his eyes darkened into something dangerous. Jungkook slowly, almost whispering, just 3 doses and she will be mine, completely mine. The doctor's lips twitched, unsure whether to smile or stay silent. He let out a shaky chuckle, but the sound died when Jungkook suddenly straightened, his expression shifting from cold amusement to deadly seriousness. Jungkook's dark eyes bored into the doctor's trembling form. His voice was sharp now, every word cutting like glass. But if it doesn't work, if she remembers, if she suffers, if it hurts my baby or my wife, then he stepped closer, his shoes echoing against the sterile floor. The doctor instinctively took a step back, his back hitting the counter behind him. Jungkook leaned in, his lips dangerously close to the doctor's ear, his voice low and venomous. It will be your last day on earth. The doctor froze, beads of sweat forming on his temple. He tried to laugh, a nervous, forced laugh that cracked midway. Mr. John, you need not worry. I swear on my life, the drug is flawless. Nothing will happen to your wife. Nothing will happen to the baby. You have my word as a scientist. He said, stammering. Jungkook's smirk returned, though now it was cold, void of any warmth. He stepped back, finally giving the doctor space to breathe. Your word means nothing to me, doctor. What matters is the result. If she forgets, you live. If she remembers, you die. The doctor nodded frantically, clutching his clipboard as though it were a shield. His hands trembled as he adjusted his glasses again, trying to hide the fear in his eyes. But Jungkook wasn't finished. His tone sharpened, laced with a quiet threat. And one more thing, this. He gestured at the vials on the counter, the liquid the liquid shimmering faintly under the fluorescent light. This never leaves this room. Not a word, not a whisper. Not to your assistants, not in your notes, not in your dreams. If I hear that you have told someone, he leaned forward again, his smoke curling into a shadow of maniac. Then you won't live long enough to regret it. Jungkook said softly, almost tenderly. The doctor's throat went dry. He forced another shaky smile, nodding quickly. Of course, Mr. John, my lips are sealed. You have my absolute direction. No one will know, I promise you. Jungkook straightened, brushing invisible dust off his black suit. He looked every bit the kind of shadows, untouchable, commanding, terrifying. With one last dark glance at the trembling doctor, he turned towards the door, but just before leaving, he paused, his voice drifting like a blade slicing through silence. Remember, her life is yours to protect. Her forgetfulness, your invention, but if she bleeds because of you, he glanced over his shoulder, his eyes burning like coals, then you will drown in it. The doctor's knees nearly buckled, his clipboard slipping slightly in his hands. The door clicked shut as Jungkook left, the air of the room finally shifting. But Doctor remained frozen, drenched in sweat. For the first time in decades of research, the doctor realized he wasn't afraid of the failure of science, he was afraid of John Jungkook.